Delighted to be here as a representative of the British Humanist Association. On behalf of Nick and Samantha, can I welcome you here today to the naming ceremony of their first child, a son born on the 8th of December. Nick and Sam have chosen today's humanist ceremony to reflect their wish that their child be free to choose his own philosophy and perhaps a religion, if that is his wish when he grows up. No matter how much planning and expectation there is, nothing can compare to the reality of giving birth, or of being present to witness the first intake of air, to hear the first cry. It is life-changing. The moment takes our breath away. From ancient times, civilizations have recognized the need to honor a mother for carrying her precious cargo, and the need to revere the entry of a new human life into the world. We can never forget, though, that pregnancy and childbirth are unpredictable and risky, even in our modern society. George's arrival, of course, was eagerly anticipated. He certainly took his time making his way into the world, but despite the anxiety and a stressful few days, there was, of course, a happy outcome. And as we can see, Mother and her beautiful son are both fit and well. However daunting, becoming a parent is for a woman the most natural thing in the world. Sadly, modern ideology can reduce motherhood to a mechanical function. It is so much more. As far back as we can go in the history of mankind, mothers have testified to the inexplicable intuition that protects a baby. Samantha is experiencing for herself nature's most powerful emotional and physical mystery, the bond that exists between a mother and her child. In past generations in Britain, and still in some foreign cultures, many men have had little to do with child rearing. The modern father, however, is now given every encouragement to share in all the most rewarding aspects of parenthood and to appreciate, as Nick is able to, the wonder of the development of his child day by day. Some say a baby makes love stronger, days shorter, nights longer, bankroll smaller, clothes shabbier, and the future worth living for. And we're going to have a reading, and it'll be given by Jen. You can ask Jen now, Jen.
George, I hope you look to me for guidance and advice throughout your life, as well as books, music, and occasionally your parents. Wise old Gandalf the Grey tells us all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us, so I'll try and keep this brief. From the distant lands of Agrabah, we have been taught it is not what is outside but what is inside that counts. I have no doubt you will grow into a generous and loving boy who will be brave and confident. With such a wonderful family and friends and guide parents, how could you not? I know you've become a kind and caring person because your cheeky smile already cheers up the population of Chester. The much-loved Eeyore said, "A little thought for others makes all the difference, and it is clear you'll be as thoughtful and generous as your mum and dad are." When we grow up, we soon realise that life isn't all smiles, so it's important to remember Dumbledore's famous words. Happiness can be found even in the darkest times, if only one remembers to turn on the light. So I'll keep your friends around you for hugs, have plenty of tea and plenty of biscuits. And as you are a what, baby, remember, when life gets you down, keep on swimming. Life is not a spectator sport, so make mistakes, take a tumble, climb the tallest trees and laugh until you cry, but remember to do all these things with your wonderful family and friends who will remain dedicated to you. As Olaf says, some people are worth melting for. When we became adults, we realised what we heard in Wonderland is true. You're mad, bonkers, off your head. But I tell you a secret, all the best people are. I hope you'll always remember that you've got a friend in me.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
Great.
Well done. Part of the joy of watching the development of a child is to notice those little traits that link him to his ancestors. To all of you, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, you may well find your likeness in this small child. Some physical resemblances will be immediately obvious, others will develop in time. But as he grows, it may be that it's the way he walks, his laugh, an expression, something in the voice. These things can be startlingly familiar to older relatives. As he goes through childhood, his aptitudes will begin to develop. He may turn out to be athletic, artistic, scholarly, musical. He may be witty or shy, or have a special affinity for people, plants or animals. He may be practical and inventive, or just simply lovable. All these things he may have inherited. These will combine with his own developing personality to create the unique individual that he will become. The early days of parenthood can be exhausting, but they are most importantly rewarding. Watching the day-by-day development and emergence of personality is fascinating. Over the last 7 months, that helpless infant has grown into a bright and active boy, whose winning personality is fast developing. For a while, he seemed to deliberately ignore his father when Nick returned from work. But now, as he has grown familiar with the world around him, he is delighted when Dad returns to the family home. He does, though, seem to prefer the company of females. A knowing little boy, testing out his options. He certainly seems to know his own mind. Whilst today's ceremony is a celebration, we also have the opportunity to consider our responsibilities towards George and all the children amongst us, especially when there seem to be more challenges for parents today. Bringing up children is about nourishing their minds and bodies, neither of which is as straightforward as it used to be. In modern families, the concept of a breadwinner has disappeared, and whilst housework may now be less physically demanding, the emotional and mental energy required has not diminished. Nearly all parents now face the inevitable work-home challenges that was almost unknown 2 generations ago. Children are growing up in a fast-moving virtual world dominated by technology and the language of internet communication. The challenge here is to ensure that today's young also benefit from a sense of reality, from old-fashioned human contact and the personal touch. George's parents know that childhood should be a time of play and playfulness, a time for reading and stories, a time of inventiveness and imagination. Their hopes are that they can steer their son away from sitting in front of a screen and more towards activity and the outdoor life. Granny Tricia will introduce George to the world of horses, and Nick will encourage an interest in sport and music, in particular the sounds of the 60s.
Yeah.
His parents hope that George will develop a sense of humour. Old-fashioned virtues have not lost their appeal nor their value. Good manners, kindness, tolerance and respect will be fostered. Wholesome home-cooked food and involvement in cooking will be part of daily life. Above all, Sam and Nick want their son to be happy, to be able to choose his path in life, to achieve his potential, to have a wealth of experience and be open-minded as he explores life's diversity. In the future there will be many opportunities to travel, and so much to see and learn. It is a complex, wide and wonderful world, and his parents hope that George will come to appreciate by his own experience all that life has to offer in the 21st century. Just now he is a baby, and the next few years will be a time of discovery as his curiosity is aroused by everything he sees. Another reading now, and our second reading will be given by Neil.
George. I am very proud to be here today, and I am very proud to have been asked to be your guardian. As you grow older, my promise to you is to always be there for you, whether that be for friendship, guidance, or even advice on girls. By then I'll have some advice on girls. I promise to do my absolute best for you. When you're older, I would like to show you the things that I enjoyed as I was a child growing up, such things as camping and mountain climbing. I will even take you to the mountain that I dragged your dad up, and we were both horribly hungover that day. He didn't even have hiking boots. He did it in Converse. In the rain. I would like to show you when you're older, George. The many castles that I've been to and climbed all over, and I'll drag you all over them. The caves that I explored when I was a kid in the Yorkshire Dales. And also, despite what your dad will tell you, I will show you that football did exist before 1992. I will support you in all that you do, and I will always be here for you for anything that you need, anything, and I will never judge you. I hope that when you are older, you will indulge me in a sci-fi-a-thon, which will include whatever you want, from the 1940s classic of Quatermass, right through to Battlestar Galactica. I'm a geek. I would like to thank both Nick and Sam for this honour, and leave you with the words a wise man once said: live long and prosper.
Every species puts the welfare of their young first, providing food, shelter and protection from life's dangers. And in nature, all species will instinctively risk their lives to ensure the safety and survival of their young. As we are beginning to learn to our cost, good parenting by humans matters, not just for the individual child, but for us all. The future of the planet may depend on how the men and women of the future face up to their responsibilities. Today, Nick and Sam have shared with you their hopes for George's future. They have already demonstrated that they are committed to ensuring that he has the best possible start in life. Samantha and Nick have chosen the names George, Ray, Malcolm for their son. The name George relates to the fact that Nick's father was born on St. George's Day. Ray is Samantha's maiden name, and Malcolm is after Samantha's father, also a Malcolm. Nick and Samantha, I now ask you to make your promises to your son.
George, we promise to love and support you,
Take you on lots of adventures and show you the world.
to cherish your uniqueness and to help you to explore your interests and realise your potential,
To give you guidance and love.
to encourage an inquiring mind and to listen to you and respect you.
To teach you how to sing and dance.
Don't touch that. To foster an awareness of the needs of others.
To be there whenever you need us.
And of course, when the time is right, when you come of age, take you to a travel.
We all know that the passage of time can bring both triumphs and disasters. And because of this, I'm going to ask Jen and Neil if they will accept a formal commitment to George's welfare. They have agreed to be the guide parents who will share the task of encouraging and guiding George as he grows up. Neil and Jen, do you formally accept a commitment to this child?
Yes.
Do you promise to offer George understanding and aid in times of doubt or difficulty so that he can turn to you in confidence and trust?
Yes.
Will you be his friends and do what you can to protect him from harm? Will you listen to him, encourage him and support him? Yes. You are duly appointed official guide parent. We are mindful that within each child there exists an immense potential that emerges as the years pass. And we realise with some apprehension that the quality of our own lives will determine how well this potential is realised. On this day of great promise, we dedicate ourselves to the child here presented and to all children. Let us hope that George may trust in the essential goodness of those around him, and that he'll develop the unswerving confidence of someone who's never had reason to doubt his worth. Let us hope that he will learn to love and cherish from those who love and cherish him. George Ray Malcolm, we welcome you with love. May you have joy in listening, and joy in speaking, joy in sharing, and joy in giving, joy in seeing, and joy in learning. May your hours be forever bright in play, in work, in friendship and in love. We're going to have a blessing and it's going to be read by Beth.
May the sun bring you new energies by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away any worries that you may have, and the breeze blow new strength into your being. And then, all the days of your life, may you walk gently through the world and know its beauty.
Now, if everyone's glass is charged, I'll hand over to Nick to propose the toast.
Hi. I just wanted to start with a couple of thank yous. Firstly, I wanted to thank Anne for coming today and for doing the ceremony for us and explaining what it is that we were doing as part of the naming ceremony. A few people have asked what it's really about. We just wanted George to make his own decision in the world when he's older, if he wanted to follow the path of religion or, like myself, not really give it a second thought. That's not my choice, it's his. So Sam and I agreed that something like this, it'd be good to still celebrate him while he's little. So thanks for behaving, mate. I'd like to thank Tricia Mao for letting us use the back garden today and for all of this setup and having the people here and for having a fridge full of beer. You know, really appreciate the help and support you've given us since where's Mark? Since George was born. I'd like to thank my family and friends for being really supportive.